Hey, what's up guys? It's Lobry from Just Got a Headshot here. Welcome to Final Fantasy X. If you are wondering why I'm playing this game right now, let me tell you. I just beat the final boss in the game. Not Jekt, and not you Yevon. No, we're talking about the final boss in the game. Penance. This was a rough boss fight. I actually only attempted it 3 times, so it wasn't that bad. 3 or 4. I have 3 on recording, and the 3rd one is the one that we're watching right now. This is the Penance boss fight. I'm going to talk a little bit throughout this, but this is mostly a no commentary thing because I was on Discord chatting with friends while I was doing this, not paying attention at all. You know, turn-based games, you don't necessarily have to put too much direct focus on commentary or anything. But the basic premise of Penance is his left and right arms suck. Kill them as fast as possible. You'll notice that I am like completely stat maxed. So, not completely. If I were completely stat maxed, I'd have quintuple 9s for my health, but we only have quad 9s. Because I think my health is like 35,000 at this point. But anyways, the basic premise, like I said, is to kill the arms as fast as possible at the beginning. The left arm has a few nasty moves. I don't remember what all they do, to be quite honest, because the left arm is almost always dead when I fight Penance. The right arm, though, can hit you with stone, and that'll instantly kill people. And it also casts Mighty Guard. Both of these happen to me, and you'll see it in one of the later clips, but Mighty Guard will heal Penance for more than I can damage him in one hit. So it would really slow down the process if that happens. So basically, you kill the left and right arms. They can't do anything until they regenerate. Regeneration happens throughout the fight. It's something you have to deal with. But, yeah, that's pretty much the basic premise. Then you can damage Penance. So you notice right here, I have Auto Potion on my characters. This is so that they can heal automatically. After taking damage, of course. And what you'll notice is right now it's doing 200, which is not helpful at all. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to use Riku to mix up trio of quad 9s, and I'm just using 2 Gambler's Spirits for those. I don't remember where you get Gambler's Spirits from, but they're plenty in the end game, in the post game I should say. So once I mix that up, any sort of healing will heal my characters for full heals, which is why Auto Potion is great, because potions are cheap. They normally heal for 200, and now they're healing for quad 9. You'll also notice instead of damaging the boss here, I am actually cheering. And the reason I start cheering now is because of an attack that the boss will use later on. And that attack is Immolation, which without any cheer stacks and max defense with Protect, which is what my characters have, it will do between 11 and 13,000 damage. So obviously more than my characters have in health right now. And that is with their armor has a defense plus 20 buff on it. So even with all of that, they will still die. And it'll only kill one of them, which isn't that bad. But then you have to heal them, and then you have to remember because they died, they don't have quad 9 healing automatically. So, and right here you're getting to see that come in handy. The downside doing the cheers now is I don't get an overdrive every single time he attacks. As you can see, Riku and Titus are very close, but not quite there right now. And once again, you're going to see me cheering. You can go up to 5 stacks. I actually forgot how many I did at this point. So I just said, we're going to go up until I feel like I've done 6. Just so that I make sure I don't screw this up. Because if you don't do 5... So, well, I guess just to say, it stops at 5. You can't stack over 5 to my knowledge. But once you hit 5, you can survive that attack Immolation. The only attack that will kill you is Judgment Day, I believe, and Stone, of course. My characters do not have Stone Proof, they don't have Ribbon. I do have armors with those things, but these armors that I'm running are enough. And the armors that I'm running are Auto Potion, Auto Haste, so that they're fast, Auto Protect, just for that extra defense buff, and then Defense plus 20. Defense plus, I guess, plus 20%, right? Yeah. And that gives you enough with 5 stacks of cheer to survive the immolation hit. So here I will finish up cheering, and then we can get into damaging the boss finally. Now I forget exactly how much HP Penance has, but it's somewhere on the lines of like 12 million or 16 million, something like that. And if you imagine, I'm hitting him for 100,000 each time, so it's a little bit of a slow process, but you whittle him away and you just keep going until he's dead. Like I said, he does have a phase change, and at some point here I will link on the right side of the screen just below the turn counter a jump cut to that if you don't feel like watching this whole fight. This whole fight does take around 45 minutes for me, so, you know, gotta survive the 45 minutes if you're gonna sit here and watch the whole thing. I'm gonna try to commentate off and on throughout it, but that is the general premise. You can see me missing a bunch of these, I don't even know what to call it, just a quick time event for Titus's, or Titus, sorry, his special ability, his overdrive blitz ace. Yeah, I'm slipping up on words today. But again, as you can see, kill the arms. This is the only attack the body of Penance will do in the first phase, Obliteration. And normally it doesn't do that much damage. It was doing like 8k. Now it's only doing 5 or 6k. With those 5 stacks of cheer, of course. But that also, you know, makes it not give me an overdrive every single time. So it makes the arms a little bit harder to kill early on. The other thing you can do is you can do cheer stacks after you switch phases, but it's really dangerous because you have to deal with the arms still in the next phase. You're getting less overdrives, and his attack will one-hit kill you, and you have to reset up on whichever character dies. You know, have to give him trio of 999. So it's just one of those things. I did it earlier on, and then I just dealt with a little bit slower kill time on all of the on the arms and that kind of stuff. So not a big deal. Again, there's no special move like crazy move if you don't let the arms go. The only thing that can happen is there's Judgment Day, which I will show at the end. It happened to me kind of because of bad luck. So basically there's a counter in the game. After so many turns or so many damage hits or something like that, Judgment Day procs, and the next turn where Penance has his body with both of his arms, he will use Judgment Day, and it instantly kills you, and it sucks. I think it has a damage constant of quintuple 9s. I mean, I don't think it does any less than that, even with full defense, full cheer, defense plus 20%, auto protect. You know, I have everything, but I believe it still does quintuple 9s to my characters. So not a fun thing to deal with if, you know, if you don't think you can reset up afterwards. And I think I tried in that one attempt where I got hit by Judgment Day, and it just didn't work because I didn't have enough turns to get set back up. So I cast Hyper Mighty Guard for auto life, and then he killed my characters instantly. Something like that. It was terrible. So not great, but you know, it happens. Again, you'll notice this kind of pattern just keeps repeating. I do a little bit of damage in between each phase. His arms regenerate. I kill the arms. Wash, rinse, repeat until phase 2. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it for now, and then we'll come back and talk about phase 2 when we get there. Alright, I came back just a little bit early because you'll see here I'm dropping a 3 stars. What 3 stars does is it eliminates MP cost, or magic points, mana points. And then I hit Penance for the last hit of phase 1, and you'll see his body blows up and falls apart. Now we're in phase 2 where the tail will smite me. So one of the reasons you will notice here in a little bit that I dropped the 3 stars, as you can tell I don't really need to save mana at this point. But what you'll notice is the attack immolation will actually take away your mana, or your magic points, or whatever you want to call it. Your MP. And that's not very good. Here it is. You'll see it hits one person. It does some very nasty debuffs like Armor Break, Magic Break, Mental Break, and maybe Power Break. And you see it steals all of your MP. I believe it's all of it. So now that I have 3 stars, I can cast anything I want, having to worry about it. There you can see, oh, maybe it's just Armor Break, Mental Break. Okay, so it's Armor Break, Mental Break. If you get hit by anything, I think, in the rest of this fight with Armor Break, Mental Break, you are dead. 100% dead. Immolation will do quintuple 9s, I believe, if you have Armor Break, so don't get wrecked by it. But once again, we are just back to Slice and Dice. Actually, this is Blitz Ace. I just felt like saying Slice and Dice because that's what he's doing, cutting it to bits. We're just going to cut up the arms again. Once they're gone, you move on to the body. And I believe that phase change happens around 1/3 of the way through the fight, maybe about halfway. Or about 1/3 in terms of time, I believe. So I'm going to guess it happens at like 4 million HP taken away. And then the remaining is about 8 million, and that would be the equivalent of 1 Dark Anima, if I remember correctly. So, now you're just killing Dark Anima. It's not quite as parallel to that, but, you know, same general idea. Once again, we're back to quick hits. Quick hit, again, being the best move that we can do right now to keep us moving faster than the bosses and able to take out the arms before they get moves themselves. If the arms get moves, we're pretty much screwed. They can cast Calamity. They can do a lot of things that are nasty. Here again, you'll see Immolation. Picks one person, hits them for a lot of damage, and they will auto potion. Well, benefits of it attacking Titus and Waka is they will hit him first, and then they will potion, which is great. You're gonna notice that I'm gonna always dispel when I have the free turn, instead of taking a hit and then dispelling later. And that's just because I don't want to have to be using dispel when the arms are up, because I want to use those turns to take out the arms as fast as possible. Because you only get, I want to say, 9 turns or something before the arm gets a move again with all quick hits. Maybe it's a few more than that with all quick hits. Those are really good attack reels, which gives me an extra 2 turns, I think, to take out a little bit more damage on the boss itself. Yep, here we go, regeneration again. So yeah, you don't get too many turns before the arms hit again, and it does take 6 hits to break them. So I'm guessing they have somewhere around 500,000 HP, since I'm doing quintuple 9s every hit. They could have a little bit more, but they have less than 600,000, not much I can tell you. So, again, Immolation actually coming in handy for us because it gives us a free hit on the boss. You'll see here, I know I have enough extra turns, so I am going to actually dispel Waka. And then I'm going to use Blitz Ace again. Might as well use the overdrives as fast as possible on the arms, just to eliminate them fast. Because you see I'm doing, you know, almost 30,000 a hit there. And then the final hit is doing quintuple 9s, regardless of whether I get it first or 10th try, you know. On the body of Penance, that will do something like 10 or 12k a hit because he has auto protect, and then the last hit may do 80k if you're lucky. So there is reason to use your overdrives just specifically on the arms. You're going to be doing more damage on average, I'd say, just by quick hitting him, just because you get a turn a little bit faster with a quick hit than you do with overdrives. Again, the beauty of immolation right there. So he's going to potion up. Going to dispel again. I know I have the turns. If you were not at full agility, or maybe you didn't have auto haste or something, and you were afraid about turn count, I'd be careful. Penance does get his turn faster than the arms get their turns, which is kind of nice. So right here, if Penance gets this turn before I break the arm, it's game over. Because he would cast Judgment Day, I believe. I believe you can cast it in phase 2. And again, that can only happen when both arms are up and you're past the counter. I don't know how many turns or hits the counter is, to be honest. But I just assume at this far through the boss fight, it's guaranteed if he has both arms up, you're getting hit by Judgment Day from Penance. Once again, I don't really care if you take all my MP because I have 3 stars, so 0 MP cost. It's beautiful. I guess I did spend most of the fight dispelling immediately. You just gotta watch those turn counts. You see here, we're getting close to an arm's turn, but I knew how many hits I had done to it, so not worried about it at all. And that is really the premise of the second half of the boss fight. Very similar to the first, kind of a pretty straightforward fight, nothing crazy. It's almost unfortunate that he only has one move, really. And you can really quickly evade his overdrive type move, you know, his super killer move, just by killing the arms first, like you would with any other boss in the game that has some other appendage that they use to defend or attack with. I did not try magic on him. That would be an interesting thing to do. I don't think my characters have max magic stat. They may be close. I know they have max magic defense, but I feel like they only have 150 or so magic point. So probably not worth trying magic on him. To my knowledge, also, the calculation for magic is not great. And even with max magic stat, you're not always going to hit for quintuple 9s with a spell like Flare, for example. Or Ultima, maybe, I don't know. You're just not always going to be hitting for that much with those, so, you know, ups and downs. Anyways, this fight took me, like I said, about 45 minutes. I'm going to let it play out the rest of the way. You'll see every once in a while it gets a little close, you know. I think I have like one really close call in this one where both arms come back or something. Again, it all kind of blended together. I did 3-4 attempts on this, and each one taking 20 to 45 minutes. I just did this in one afternoon when I didn't have any work to do. Benefits of being a college student, I guess. That's pretty much all there is to it. I don't know if you can dispel his protect, because I think it's an auto protect, but I'm not 100% certain. I don't actually even know if he has protect in the second half of the fight. I haven't been paying attention. We'll see here in a hit. No, it doesn't look like he has protect anymore. Interesting. Now, I don't know if he's immune to things like armor break or if he has a really high resistance or what. So if he's not immune to it, you could drop a frag grenade on him in the first phase. And if it's not, I'm assuming it's auto protect on his shell. So if it is, you can't really do much about that. If you dispel him, it just comes back instantly, so nothing you can really do there. But, you know, overall, I like this boss fight. It was fun to do. I had a little bit of help looking it up on YouTube, you know, trying to see what the best way to handle the fight is. I didn't come up with the armors on my own. Actually, at first, when I heard what somebody was using for these armors, I was like, really? That sounds like way wimpier than the armors I have. You can see I almost missed every single one. That would have stunk, because if you miss it, you don't get the quintuple 9 hit at the end at all. So just make sure you hit it at least once. Again, here was an instance where I saw Titus had his overdrive, and I felt like it was more worth it to use his overdrive than it was to dispel Waka. Again, it's just a give and take. It's just, you know, is this the right thing to do at this moment? Is it not? And you'll figure it out as you go. That's really all I have to say, again, for this boss. I'll see you guys towards the end of the video where we talk about my stupid deaths. Because I have both of those in here. And, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out. See you in wow, fail. I'll see you in a few minutes, guys. So I'm not gonna lie, I started this fight counting my hits, and I eventually lost count, and I was like, it's gotta be over soon. I've been going on for like a half hour or something. And I just kept going. Boom! There it was. I kind of squealed a little bit in real life when that happened, but, you know, reasons why I'm glad I didn't record my voice. Yeah, so thank you guys. That was Penance. I appreciate you guys watching and hanging out. It's been a delight to host you throughout this video with little commentary. I mean, if that's your thing or not. And then, of course, it ends with the classic I won, screw you. Look at that, 38 Dark Matters, 9 Master Spheres. I didn't even check what that Maw gets on it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to go into my stupid deaths now.